Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got a little bit of a unicorn on the channel, man. This is 1792. This is the age 12 years. Let's get it.
Bottle drop, bottle drop, bottle drop.
Nothing much different in the bottle. You can see that from the bottle drop. I did kind of want to give it a bottle drop. I feel bad that I cheated the cognac finish out of its bottle drop. But this 12 year, it really doesn't change. The squiggly little insignia at the bottom changes. The 1792 stays the same, and then it just tells you what it is over top of that. So this is the 12 year. Gray band on the top. That's the only way you can tell that it's different. Like I said, the squiggly lines on the bottom. But it's wild that they come in these weird proofs, man. So you got 1792 12 coming in a 96.6 proof. And they tend to do that with some other bottles. What is this? So this is the cognac finish. This is actually 95 proof, but the sweet wheat, this thing is 91.2 proofs. Like, you don't get, your typical even proof sometimes out of the 1792 stuff. Yes, the full proof is 125 proof, and then you've got your bottled and bond. But I've been wanting to get my hands on this bottle, and shout out to my man Scott, man. He invited me over his house. This was actually yesterday. I don't know when this will be released, but this was yesterday, which was a Thursday night. So he and his lovely wife, they hosted me at their house. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you, Scott. And he was like, look, man, any bottles you want to do reviews of, let me know. Scott is one of those guys. He does collect, but he also drinks. So he doesn't drink as much as I drink. I told him, I said, Scott, looking at your collection, I said, I may drink a little more than you. Scott, he comes home, he says, I fill my Glen with just a smidge, and that's pretty much it, man. But he has a cabinet full of bottles that he does go through, that he's got this like display case of some really, really like gorgeous bottles. Anyway, we're gonna get into this thing, man. We'll get into the nose. I just had to give a shout out to my man Scott. So let's get into the nose. It actually smells sweet on the nose, but it's kind of light. Now, coming in at the 96.6 proof, I don't expect it to like kick me in the nose. We did get into this bottle when I went over there, but we got into a lot of bottles. I mean, we had like a thimble full of pretty much a lot of bottles. We're just going to leave it at that. And, just to get our palates to see what they're like. I just wanted to wet my whistle, as they say. Just wanted to get it on the palate, a couple of those bottles, and see what they worked with. Because I never had Frank August, and he had a bottle of Frank August, and I don't know if it just suffered from being around so many other good bottles, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Let's get back into the nose. There's a grapey note on the nose. It's not your typical like vanillas and brown sugars. It's a grapey note. If I might have to do a blonde and put this beside the Weller 12. I'm a fan of the Weller 12. It's okay for what it is. Like, okay, I'm a fan of Eagle Rare, but Weller 12 is it's okay for what it is. Like lately I've been going to it and I'm like, it's not bad. Would I pay the exorbitant amount of money that people want for it? No. But like as a $40 bottle, it's not bad. All right, let's get into the palate. Grapiness, sweetness transfers over to the palate. Instant woody note. Very light on the palate. Light, delicate, but still has body to it. So it's not punching me in the face. It's not kicking me in the nose with proof. The proof is, just below 100 proof. It's got a little bit of a spiciness there. And like I said, that grape transfers over to the palate. Is it the best bottle in the world? I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know. No, it's not the best bottle in the world, but it's not, should I say that it's doing it for me? At this point right now, it's just okay. Like it comes across as a nice, easy drinker. If I came home from a day at work, that pepper is still going though. The finish is actually pretty long on this thing. If I came home from a day at work and I wanted to sit back, relax, have something that is not going to challenge me, I would definitely grab this bottle. Hey, look, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. The algorithm is not that kind to me at times. So if you haven't seen a video from me, trust me, it's not because I'm not putting them out. Every once in a while, there will be like, I'll go through a spell where maybe for 7 days, but 3 to 4 days max is what I typically go. So go in to the search bar, type in Bourbon Drop, and then you'll catch my channel, and then you'll catch the latest videos. Back to the palate. Nice, sweet, easy to drink, full of oak, wood, like popsicle stick wood, oakiness on the palate, not a heavy char. It's not a heavy char, but you just get this woody note, like this popsicle stick woody note. I do like that grapey note that's in there, but I'm not picking up like the typical vanillas and, you know, brown sugars and, you know, like that creamy vanilla note that you'll pick up in bourbon. Like it almost comes off as if it's finished, almost kind of like the 1792 cognac. It's not challenging, and I don't think it's got a lot of depth to it, put it that way. All right, let's get into the breakdown. Appreciate you once again, Scott. We're going to get into the breakdown of this thing. So, 1792 sweet wheat. Is it worth the chase? I know that this is a highly sought after bottle because it's so hard to get. At retail, I would definitely pick it up. I'm not going to say it's worth the chase though. Like it's not worth the chase. Like I said, if I want something simple when I come home, I want to relax, sit down with something that's not going to chew my face off, not going to bite me back, not going to challenge me, then I'll pick up like a Weller 12. And $52.99 isn't a bad deal. Is it worth retail? Is it worth retail? So once again, like I said, $52.99, Weller 12, $44.99. I actually think this challenges you just a little more than a Weller 12. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it. It just, you know, it's a nice, simple, easy pour. The Weller 12 is nice, but this kind of kicks back with a little more spice. I do like that grapey note, but it's kind of the same note in Buffalo Trace products. Who is it for? At 96.6 proof, it drinks easy. I think I would give this to a new bourbon drinker. Like normally I try to keep them around 86 to 90 because I don't want to burn their face off. But 96.6 and it drinks a little easy. I think I would try it and see where it goes. So I would say beginning bourbon drinker all the way up to experienced bourbon drinker. Will it always be on the bar? Unfortunately, shout out to my man Scott once again, I don't have it. But if I could find it for retail all the time, I probably would have it on the bar. Like I said, nice, simple, easy drinker, man. You come home from work, hard day at work, you don't want something to challenge you, pick this up, pour it in the glass, and you know, just enjoy. So with that being said, let the whiskey float. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.